Purpose.
Hello, welcome to Youth of Purpose, a show that is here to empower you and give you an opportunity as a young person to contribute to your country's development. We talk all issues concerning the young people of Uganda. Today on the show, we're going to be talking about the role of networking in your personal growth. Sometimes many people these days call it Gambanogu, and I think it's been misused a bit. But if we are to say, how do you build your Gambanogu that is going to make you a better person, not in the other way? Welcome to the show. My name is Ivan Tumukonde. This is Youth of Purpose, and today on the show, I have young people starting from my immediate left. Welcome to Youth of Purpose.
Thank you very much.
Kindly say hello to the viewer.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Belinda Amanya. I am a law student at Gulu University. Outgoing Vice Guild President, I might say. I am a debater and an orator, and I am passionate about leadership, public speaking, and mentorship of the young people. It's a pleasure to be hosted here.
You're welcome. Gentlemen.
Hello viewers, my name is Menya Julius. I'm a youth leader from Bugweli district. I also work as a youth officer with a youth-led organization called Youth Chaperon Uganda, which is working with in the field of empowerment and advocacy. I've also attended several trainings about leadership, especially with young people. I've attended the Young African Leaders Initiative Forum, and I'm also a fellow currently doing a leadership training with Youth Leaders Forum organized by Fred Ebert Steve Tang. I'm excited to be here. I'm too passionate about character development, and I'm too passionate about talking and speaking to young people. I'm excited to be part of the panel.
What an introduction. Guma.
Hello to you all the viewers. My name is Guma Gumisiliza James, a student at Makerere University, where I'm doing my bachelor's in laws. I'm a student hailing from the Antonde district, where I'm a youth leader. I'm very passionate about youth advocacy, very passionate about leadership. While at Makerere University, I've served as a former student leader in the 87th Guild.
Treslin.
Hi everyone. My name is Angunda Treslin. I'm a youth leader from Busheng district. Very proud of that. I'm a leader at the Young Leaders Forum as well, undergoing training on mentorship and advocacy, and I believe it has worked so much on us in terms of public speech and networking. I'm also a leader at Girls and Mentorship Space. Very proud to have one of the 100 girls and network and advocate for a better Uganda. So I'm a young leader, very passionate in growth, and I've tried to use my personal skills to ensure that I'm able to network.
Thank you so much, Treslin. They say, show me your friends, I tell you who you are. And when we talk about networking, it's a very simple word that seems to be direct, that someone can easily be able to understand. Starting with you, Belinda, when we talk about networking, what exactly are we talking about?
Well, to me, networking goes hand in hand with effectiveness. So to me, networking is not just networking, but to me it must be effective networking. And this is how do we relate with people to grow ourselves in different fields and also help them grow. So to me that is a network, that is networking. How do we help each other be better people and make meaningful, effective relationships with different people?
Amazing. Adding on Belinda's submission about networking, I think networking is beyond something like gaining skills, but it should be even a mindset. I believe in many times young people, especially us, we are down, we can't build abilities to exchange ideas with people, because ideally networking is about the ability for you to be able to exchange ideas and information with other people. But of course, networking comes with other things. There might be positive networking and negative networking. So it also comes into the quality of conversation you are having with the network, and it also comes to the value scale. Because if you are meeting people that they are not value-based, they are not honest, you are going to build, believe me, you are going to build a network that is too negative and will not push you ahead.
Goma.
Thank you very much, Ivan. As a former student leader, when I talk about networking, in my opinion, networking and interpersonal skills, these are two aspects that are intertwined. They go hand in hand. So you realize for any person to take any leadership position, you always need the two aspects. You need to have the network. You also need to have the interpersonal skills, because while in any position of leadership,
What are interpersonal skills?
interpersonal skills, these are life skills that one possesses that can enable you relate with other colleagues in real life. So as any leader, you find you need these interpersonal skills like teamwork, because any leadership structure, you find you always have to work as a team.
Tresseline.
Thank you very much. I think to start on from Belinda, to me I feel networking could mean how diverse do you go, not as an individual, but with the people around you. Because oftentimes it becomes hard for you to say you are going to network when even the people around you, you cannot connect with them. They feel you cannot even greet them. And it's that simple. So to me networking would be calling for a diverse of who you want to be, but then also how you carry along the people around you.
Belinda, why is it important for any young person? Someone might say, I'm still in high school, I'm at campus. Why is it important at every stage of life for us to be able to build a network?
Well, I'd like to start from a view that society as society or community as community has initially made sure that you cannot work as an island, you cannot live as an island, so you need to be with people.
Oh, yeah.
And for you to succeed, you cannot do it on your own. I'd like to give shout outs to the debate society or to the debate circuit. I think it has grown some of us to an extent that if I have an event or a program I am working on, I know I'm able to call someone, even these we're having high school students join us early as possible. If I have a talk show or I have an event, probably I'm having, one of us is going to be an MC. I know there's someone who can speak. There is one who is good at mobilizing and reaching out to people. Do I need digital, whatever, flyers, what, I have someone.
You have a graphics guy.
Exactly, someone who likes that. So you find as young people, regardless of your age, even though you're at school, you probably studied at Namagunga, you probably need to cross-check notes of someone at Budo, some at entire school there, Nyanji, Iganga, SS, Lango College. You need to, try to create that network. It helps you widen your knowledge, your understanding also, because sometimes we normally, I think it was Frank Rashida sometime who was saying that when you find a teacher, in most cases, his phone list has teacher so-and-so, only teachers. But as my sister talked about diversity, and diversity comes in with knowledge. So if you're a young person out there and the friends you have are only your classmates, that is faulty. If I need something to do in IT as a law student, I probably do not know about IT. But I need someone in IT to equip me with knowledge or to bring their share of their knowledge so that we come up with something. And then finally, the other importance I would like to say is that when we all come together, when a conglomerate of different ideas, different people from various backgrounds, various interests come together, I think that piece of energy and wisdom, knowledge put together creates a beautiful piece of work. And therefore, for us to have productive and good work or results, I think each and every person needs to have a diverse network, as Jocelyn said, and also to keep networking with people and not think that they can work on their own.
Coming to you, why do you think it's important for you as a young person to build a network?
You see, Ivan, this is a beautiful conversation about networking. I've tried to read a book. That book was written by Keith Ferrazzi. It is called Never Eat Alone. And in this book, it talks about how Ferrazzi developed the relationship, whether the professional career, through using network. Work with Ivan, with Belinda, and after all, I leave them and I don't even follow how about them. So this guy tells you in this book that after building this network, getting these contacts, try to reach out to them, these people. Keep your contacts alive. So building a network is too important, especially in the world like in our country where unemployment rate is too high, and sometimes you need one another to hold a hand such so that I think based on what is moving on, to me, I believe most successful candidates who are out from university, they get successful as first because of building this strong network. You see, someone is a university and is hustling there out, going out to volunteer, connecting with people from different diverse of life, so that he can relate the field of study to the field of work. So I think networking is something too crucial and worth discussing.
Coming to you, Guma, how has networking helped you in your leadership growth?
Well, Ivan, before coming to your question, let me first add something to what my brother said. You realize our networking has greatly changed everything. You realize students are graduating from university, but out there, they are doing things completely different from what they studied at the university. You'll find very many of them are making a living. There's no way you'll aspire for any leadership position when you do not have that network of students you need. Oftentimes we have seen where students are called upon to serve in positions simply because they are deserving, because of their lifestyle, the way they are in touch with society. You feel this is the kind of leader you all deserve as society. Or maybe if I'm aspiring, I feel like I don't need to labor a lot because these are all my people. I don't have to labor. It's just expressing my interest to these people, and I will just be, supported and accepted as their leader.
Your personality, people should not know you because of bad things, and people should not know that if they work with you, it is going to be entirely upon you. They should feel that impact that you need to grow outside.
Well, Ivan, we need all these interpersonal skills in our lifestyle.
What are those skills?
Those skills. You realize I'm a law student, but as a good lawyer, what are those skills that I need to make me outstand as a good lawyer? You realize that I always need those good communication skills as a good lawyer. How effective do I communicate with my clients? How effective do I communicate with my friends around me? How do I market myself outside there? When I'm dealing with my client, how have I been effective in terms of communication? You realize as a good lawyer, you always need to bridge that communication gap between your lawyer and your client. And a good lawyer, I think this is someone who should always keep their clients updated on the progress of their case. Unlike what we see these days, you find you leave everything to the client, to the lawyer, and only to know the case is done. But once you bridge that gap between a lawyer and your client, you'll find that you have built that personal trust to your client, in that even at the end of the day, that same client is the person who is going to recommend you, to connect you to several other people. The other skills we need, I think we need to be problem solvers as people. Even you realize you're journalists, there are lawyers here, but we ought to be problem solvers. I know you can get a challenge as an individual, but you feel that this person who you think can be of help to you, he can solve your problem regardless of the profession he is holding. Maybe financially, maybe he can offer the best advice. So we also need such people who are good at problem solving. Yes.
Tressilyn, you'll find that there are people who find it very hard to, one, get friends, but also sustain them. How can we be able to build, friends that we can also be able to keep?
Okay, so I want to draw from a famous speech by Bruce Lee, a famous actor. So he says, "Be water, my friend." And he says, you put water in a cup, it will become the cup. You put water in the pot, it will become the pot. You put water in the kettle, it will become the kettle. So in life, we have very many people surrounding us. You have friends in the political area, you have friends in the academic area, you have friends in the social area. But how do you keep them close? If I'm with friends maybe from, say, a political party that I do not subscribe to, I don't need to see them as enemies. And it doesn't mean that we cannot have life outside politics. Now, one thing that continues to stumble us back is the idea that people think because you subscribe to this or because you believe in this, you have no say or you have nothing to listen from the other. But we forget that we are built and structured on learning and unlearning. I believe there is something I can learn from Julius. Either way, there is something I can learn from Guma. And there is something I can unlearn because of what he tells me. So how you continue to relate with people entirely depends on how you are able to switch and understand how you relate with that person, but then also the environment that surrounds you. There is usually sometimes so much pressure that you tend to draw off or get off with some of your friends. Maybe you feel the moment they see me with that person, they're going to be like, I'm like what they do. Sometimes, yes, your interests could not align with them, but then there could be that other thing that you as you have learned from that same person. So you have to be water. If this person is a kettle, ensure that you're using that person as the kettle. Switch your side, but do not switch your principles and values for that. So keep up with the people. Understand the kind of relationship and friendship that you attach with them. If you can benefit in this area, well and good. If there is something you feel, I think I don't subscribe to that, then well and good. But do not entirely trash someone or think, as long as you tell me that, I have nothing to listen from you. Sometimes it doesn't work either way. And then be humble. Humility, to me, I feel actually raises you to greatness. The moment you start feeling it is me, entirely me, it is not about you. It is what it is, but it ain't what it ain't. So be focused and be humble. People love to work with humble people.
Belinda, Tresilian talks about being formless, like water. But whichever object it's going to be put in, that's the form it's going to be. It gets a bit so easy when you're going to bring about friends or build a network that doesn't add much value. For example, if I wanted to create a group of drinkers,
Yes.
young people that we can be able to come together, go to a bar, drink and have fun. I can tell you it doesn't take me 30 minutes to have 30 people to be ready for today evening.
That's your integrity.
But if I was planning to create an association of young people to come and contribute money for us to go and buy an estate
Yes.
or do a developmental project, it will take me a year to get to those same people and align them to do the same thing. How can we be able to build value-based networks and maintain them?
Well, as I had earlier said, can we take certain things personally? Can we start on a personal initiative of I'm on probably, should I call it a match or a work I'm working on myself as an individual. Am I would I want to relate with myself? Do the values I have, are they really does someone feel I am relevant to them?
Yes.
And after doing that also, can we see value in other people? Certain times we look at ourselves and we glorify ourselves and think, I'm the only one who can do this. The other people cannot do it without me. However, as Tresilian said, can we be humble? Sometimes even when you know things, you need to step down,
Give an opportunity to other people.
yes, and see what do they bring on board. As a way, if you think probably they're not yet there, can you find a way of helping them get there? It is helping you because I am sure they also realize, okay, probably you learn something from them. It's not like they're entirely useless. So when we learn to see value in people and appreciate people, I think I've come to learn this in the different, we do public speak training and judging and debating. But I, for one, before, when I used to be giving feedback, I would go straight to what went wrong. I'll tell you, okay, thank you for the speech, however, this and this and this and this. And my friend told me, you're lowering their esteem. Can you start with what good have they done, glorify their good and their strength, and show them that, however, there's this one, but it is something workable because you're good at this. So can we know ways of relating with people? No one wants to be undermined. When you make them feel worthy and loved and valued, they want to keep growing. Even because when I come and talk to Tresilian, there you're good at this, and I tell her all the good things, there's that bond already. And I come on, by the way, I saw last time this and this probably did not come out well. Can we all try to adjust in a nice way? It is easy for us to keep that back and forth
What we call
relationship.
positive criticism.
Exactly. So even the way we package ourselves and package the way we communicate with people determines how we relate and so how we maintain them. And then the other thing I'd like to say also on maintenance is, can we be adjustive and adaptive? So they call it adaptive. Create some space for, I can adopt this, I can adopt the other. However much I don't like this, but I think we can work on this. Exactly. Can we be tolerant? Can we be, but as she said, because NRM typically, NRM, if someone is from Number, who are you? However, you're missing out something important from them. So can we get to those other principles? I tell people it is better I live on principles than other secondary things. What basic principles are we matching? Is this good? Is this good? Then I think we can align. The other things that are not perfect, humanity is not perfect in nature, but we adjust and build each other. So, well, in conclusion, I would say the way we maintain them starts with we ourselves and how we see others. In which lens do we see others? Do we lift them up so they feel they are also growing, become a safe space for them and a growth space for them, so they want to keep around us? And yeah, basically working in such a relationship and also helping them learn from other people, being diverse, helps us to be more exposed and work well with people. And also reading books and listening to different people talk and share. You get to learn one or the other and build your character and be a good person.
Yeah, and I think on maintaining networks, one, you must make sure that you keep adding value. And you talk about reading books. One thing that people haven't discovered about reading books is that it's food for thought, it's food for your soul. Every time you read a book, you never remain the same. After reading a book and you go speak to someone, there is something that always changes about you. So as long as you're still adding value onto the networks that you have, you will be able to maintain them. Adding on what you've been saying, how can we be able to utilize the networks? Because it's one thing to build a network, and utilizing it is another. People go here and there getting business cards, getting contacts. You go to functions and the speaker is like, please make sure you interact, get contacts, exchange. But you never reach out to these people that you really get. And you find there is something you're hustling with, and you have someone in your contacts that would just help you by a call. So how can we be able to utilize the networks that we have? And related to your person, how have you been able to utilize the networks that you have for your own good?
I think I'd like to say it goes back to effective relating networking. From the word go, why do I want to be your friend? Or why have I gotten your contact?
Oh yeah.
That is when you find status. If I post, I might have like 1,000 status viewers. I'm like, hey, you people, I'm selling, I have all these friends. But what at the end of it, what are you gaining from it? So I think even as we are networking, we should be with that thing of, by the time I'm getting Cheslin as my friend, I've seen something in Cheslin and maybe I want to learn something from Cheslin. And then it doesn't only end there, but can you put it forth? And also presentation. I have one of my mentors always tells me, when you get the opportunity to present yourself or to talk about yourself, not just come and say, my name is Amanya Belinda. We are friends, but I only know you're Amanya Belinda. I only know you're Goma, I only know you're Cheslin, and it ends there. No, can we get to the other side of what can you do? My name is Amanya Belinda. I am an orator. I can do this and this ABCD. I love mentorship. I talk to young people and I do probably advocacy for youth, empowerment, etc. etc. So I think that is also another way of being utilizing them, because if you have an opportunity or an idea in that line, you say,
I think
I think Belinda can do this, or Belinda can help me here. So also as we are creating these relationships and networking, let them not just be playing, but let us entice them. Tell me what you like. Tell me the things you're passionate about, the things you do. There's a time I met with one of my good friends and brother, Stuart, Amanya Stuart, and he asked me a question. At now, yes, we are friends. However, what if there is something I'm working on? Where do I fix you? What are your points of interest? What are the things you're passionate about? And I told him, okay, Stuart, me, I love ABCDT, I flow in this line. So when he gets anything in that line, he's like, sis, I think this is for you. So that is also another way of utilizing. Let the people you're networking with know your worth, know the values you stand for, so they take you in that line and they become meaningful relationships. And also, you can intrigue your friend. I can come to them and say, Jocelyn, I think if we did this together, or if we learned this new thing, we can be creative and innovative. Do not leave it end there, but can you learn more skills, take what, borrow other things, entice your friendship and your network, utilize the people. As I earlier said, the debate society, yesterday we had an event and a friend called like, I need you on a panel, I need this to do this, this to do this. People who have never MC'd will come up and MC for you and you realize, okay, I think this one can MC. Yeah. This one can do this. This one, I give this one a research topic to talk about and present on this. They are going to do this. So also the packaging and selling ourselves out as we are networking, not just the business cards and idealizing it to that concrete thing of knowing each other to the dot helps us grow, maintain and use our...
Thank you so much, Belinda. I do believe if we build such kind of networks, they are going to enable us to grow as young people, and that's the best Gamba Nogu that we can be able to have. That I know I have Tresselyn, she adds value on me. I have Belinda, she adds value on me, and all the friends that you have in your circle, make sure they are adding some value and you're adding value onto them.
Youth of Purpose.